Welcome to this episode of Bible Topics Discussion. We're happy you joined us today and hope this episode will cause you to think about what this means in a Christian's life. We're talking today about lukewarmness.
Let's see what Jesus said about being lukewarm. In the book of Revelation, Jesus is addressing 7 churches, including the one in a place known as Laodicea. This is what he says to that church in Revelation chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth. This is tough to think about. The fact that Jesus would be so disgusted with me that he would spit me out.
Wow. Here are a few verses from the Bible where Jesus addressed a person's attitude toward the Christian life. Let's look at Matthew chapter 6, verse 24, which says, No one can serve 2 masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Some versions of the Bible say you can't serve both God and mammon. This is the definition of mammon. Wealth regarded as an evil influence or false object of worship and devotion. So you can see where Jesus would tell us that we have to choose either him or materialism. Jesus wants worshipers that are totally devoted to him.
Let's look at Luke chapter 9, verses 49 and 50. It says this, Master, said John, we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him because he is not one of us. Do not stop him, Jesus said, for whoever is not against you is for you. That may be a little hard to comprehend because we know of lots of people who sit on the fence and won't take any sides. Jesus is saying here that the man was trying to help drive out the demons. He wasn't sitting on the sidelines looking on. He was taking part in it. We've all heard stories on the news or read them in magazines about how someone came to the rescue of someone who was being attacked or maybe had been in a wreck and needed help getting out of the car. There are people who run toward the trouble, and there are those who run away from it. Jesus is saying that someone who is running toward him and his work is for him and not against him.
One of the most perfect examples of someone who is not lukewarm is Paul.
Yeah.
The life of Paul is spoken of often in the New Testament and speaks of times when he gladly served Christ. After his salvation experience, he traveled and suffered many trials and hardships to spread the gospel of Christ. He did not shrink back in fear. Paul was anything but lukewarm. He was for Jesus, not against him, and it was clear.
It was crystal clear. One of the things that bothers me so much about Christians today is their lack of interest in investigating activities or organizations they're involved in, or places they visit, or holidays they celebrate, or movies they go see, or TV shows they watch, and all sorts of other things. Many of these things are connected with the New Age or the occult and witchcraft. Some are anti-Christian. It really bothers me that parents don't investigate things they let their children participate in. It's so discouraging to hear someone talk about the Bible study they went to, or a Christian book they read, or a Christian concert they attended, and then sing the praises of a movie they just saw and how great it was. A movie I knew to be so displeasing to Christ because maybe I had read a review or seen the trailer. We could do a video on all this, and we just might.
Living the Christian life is not easy. It's very rewarding, but it's not easy. So the things we need to do to stay where Jesus wants us to be in our walk with Him are pray, read the Bible, and stay in contact with fellow Christians by going to a Bible-believing church or at least a solid, truly biblical Bible study. You may live in an area where finding a good church that makes no apology for teaching the Bible is very hard. In that case, find some like-minded Christians and form a Bible study. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 through 25, and let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. It doesn't actually say don't forsake going to church. I think God knew when He was putting the Bible together that there would be a time when finding a good church would be difficult.
Well, that's it for this week. Please like, comment, and share. And let us know if you have questions or suggestions for future videos. We'd love to know your ideas. You may want to ponder this week about what lukewarmness means in the life of a Christian.
See you next week. Be blessed.